Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Just checking my audio. Good, we're good to go. All right, and let me close this. All right, that can cause problems sometimes. No, that was the wrong one. Oops. Okay, hang on. Wrong thing. All right, that needs to close. That's okay. All right, good. So hopefully the audio should be okay today. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I am here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And oh gosh, if you're watching this on replay, hello, you go down the description box. All the questions are listed out there, and you can pick and choose, or just watch the whole thing back on like 1.25 speed. I do that a lot on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. Okay, Kathy Lampson's asking how my father is. Thank you for your prayers. I really appreciate it. He is home now, but they're still running tests and there's still no diagnosis. He's not in as much pain as he was, but he's still in some pain. Yeah, not great, but he's home. He's alive and kicking, and he's having some trouble getting around, but he's able to get up and function. So good. So thank you for all your kindness, all your good energy. Thank you. So Ricky says, and the star of the show, soon to be the host of America's Funniest Home Videos. Yes. You boo-boos and kitty. Boo-boo. Boo-boo. Hey. Hi. How you doing? Okay, he's just not gonna turn around. Okay. Valerie says, I watch you sometimes at 1.75. You are extra chirpy. I love that. I love that. All right, let me pull out ye old deck of cards. Am I feeling like we should use good old faithful? Yeah, we should use good old faithful. And no, I'm in a house. No, faithful. Yeah, definitely faithful. Okay. So, thank you, everybody. Being home is good medicine. I agree, Carol. I agree. Cindy says, I love how you have the matching gray bed to match your gray comfy chair. Matching gray. Oh, yes. Oh, and for anybody who's interested, the nails for today are really nice. And it's really hard to see, but there is green at the center of the little flowers on the nails. It's hard to see in this light, but there it is. It's like pale green. And so anyway, okay. All right. Oh, and Ricky says, my other fur baby, Spice, is doing much better. He was sick the past few days. Oh, I'm glad Spice is better. Oh. All right. So let's do the thing. I hadn't seen the Jake Tapper video, so I did go and watch that before I came on. Why did he apologize? He had nothing to apologize for. Fox News is not a journalistic entity, and they have said that repeatedly. He has said that repeatedly. They've said that repeatedly on in court. So, thank you, Kevin. Alexis Craig says Jake Tapper giggling was the best. I mean, it was pretty good, but it was totally deserved. So, anyway, so as we start out here today, I did want to let you guys know the auto-generated closed captions are working again. I don't know if it shows up during the live stream. Apparently, that's a different system. But on the replay, I went and checked, and auto-generated closed captions are working again. So, yes. I just want to let you know because I know some of you need them for whatever reason. So, okay. Also, Bert Williams, come on down. Hello. I got a request for a shout out to Bert Williams, who is a longtime viewer who watches with Alexis Craig. And thank you so much, both of you, for watching. Thank you. All right. And Alexis Craig has the first question. Justy says, my kitty starts to make a chirping sound whenever I listen to you. Oh, like I've got birds flying around. Is that little noise? It's the cutest thing. All right. At 6 minutes in, I've been feeling a serious and sincere ramp up of the energy starting yesterday and only increasing. Like my bad juju alarm is going off for something fierce. I know we have the new moon in Aries conjunct with the North Node coming up on the 20th, it's tomorrow, not to mention the sun sliding into Taurus tomorrow, and the solar eclipse, which is tomorrow. Am I right to be concerned? All right, let's have a brief, and I do mean brief, don't worry, a brief discussion about eclipses. And that's really that's of all those things happening and more. What an eclipse is, you can kind of think of it as, because the sun and the moon are so bright, they're called the luminaries, that and we don't have an eclipse every month or twice a month, because you have the Earth, you have the moon spinning around it, and you've got this big sun over here, but the sun and the Earth aren't always on this, and the sun, the Earth and moon are not always on this perfect flat plane. There's wobble. There's just enough wobble that they're not always lined up just so. But when they are lined up usually twice a year, 2-3 times a year, depending. And you can kind of think, because the luminaries are so big and so powerful, that they tend to have what's called when any planet is having any aspect to anything, there's something called an orb. I don't know what they call it. It's a dumb name for it. But that's the sphere of influence around it. Like, it's having an effect. Most planets, they have an effect if they're within like 3 degrees, maybe 5 degrees of other planets, or aspects to other planets, or part of a chart. But the sun and the moon, they have an effect 10 degrees on either side. Instead of 3, maybe 5 degrees on either side, it's 10 degrees on either side. They're a big, powerful thing. All right. So when everything lines up perfectly and we get a solar eclipse or lunar eclipse, to some extent, I think more the solar eclipse, just because it's, anyway, they're both on one side affecting the Earth. Think of it like, do you remember those old-fashioned flash bulbs in old Hollywood? Hooray for Hollywood! They go ka-chunk, and the flash bulb would go poof, and then they'd have to hit the button and pop the bulb out and stick another one in, and it was blinding, right? Because they were old forms of film, and you needed a lot of light for it to register on the film. Well, and of course, if you had your picture taken, how many movies have we seen or recreations of the past where people are like, click, poof, and then they'd be like, and then they couldn't, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't see. You can kind of think of it that way on the chart, that it's almost like, let me pull this up. I'm trying to make this as brief as possible. I really am. We are having an eclipse right here, right as the sun is moving into Taurus, at the end of Aries here. And you can think of it like a that flash bulb, that, and there's an after, it's a little blinding, there's an after image. And there's, if this was a film, if it was film, there would be, and you were looking right at it, it would leave just like a bright spot um, on the film, particularly bright little spot or something. If the light was on, somebody else was taking a picture at the same time. That's what an eclipse is. And for some time in either direction as well, but certainly when it happens, it kind of becomes like a sensitive spot in the chart, in the zodiac, in astrology, for a number of months. So as other planets come along, other way, as other planets come along, they're going to run over this spot or have aspect to it, and it's going to have an effect, because it's so powerful. It's a little bit, a little after image, and then you recover. So that's what an eclipse is, especially a solar eclipse, which is what we're dealing with. So, is it horrible? Not necessarily. It's just I don't know how to explain it. It's just, there's a lot of energy there. People who were born during eclipses are throughout history, are famously end up leaders, and I mean, heck, everyone from, wasn't Alexander the Great born during an eclipse? I hate to say it, but Trump was born during an eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse, but Trump was born during an eclipse, or at an eclipse, roughly. And I believe Prince William was born during an eclipse. So there's a lot of energy there, but it can be a little bit blinding. So I hope that helps make sense. There's a lot of other stuff going on tomorrow as well. Friday, day after tomorrow, we go into Mercury retrograde. So Mercury's already coming down to a standstill. So electronic things may start acting a bit funny, and that'll be going on for 6 weeks roughly. And the eclipse is happening here, but go every one of these wedges, these houses, is 30 degrees, because it's 360 degrees in a wheel. So if it's at the end here, you can go back. Which way am I going? This way? Yeah. Okay. 30, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. And what's happening at the beginning of Aquarius? That's where Pluto is. So this eclipse is happening, grinding up against the power of Pluto, and Pluto in Aquarius. So that's going to cause some friction. It could potentially be quite powerful, but it also depends on where it falls in your individual chart. It may be happening on part of your chart that, because at the end of the day, they say in the past people used to freak out. Eclipses used to be a big deal, because they didn't, and there were eclipses going on people didn't even know about, because it'd be happening on there'd be happening on the other side of the planet. They couldn't even see it. So there weren't, they didn't even see all the eclipses. So when they saw them, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, what does this mean?" And the solar eclipse, and the light in the sky would go weird, and the shadows would like double, and it was remember the American eclipse when the Minuchins of Versailles went to Fort Knox? That one, I mean, I was outside during that eclipse, and it was just a weird color, and the shadows were weird, and it was just very unusual. So it would freak people out. But the reality is, do you know how many eclipses you've lived through? Seriously? A lot. 2 or 3 a year. And you start adding in, because they happen in pairs. You've lived through a lot. Trust me. It is not the end of the world. But it is going to be a kind of flashbulb moment right here. So it'll be a little, whoa. So anything involved with that part of that part of astrology may be a little sensitive for a while. But we're going to be okay. Really. I hope that made sense. I hope I did not bore you too much. All right, 15:30. Let's move on to Gigi Boyce's question. Oh, glorious. Will there be any consequences for those who told the lies when it comes to Dominion and Fox? Well, here's the thing. So, actually, now that I think about this, I want to switch these two questions because the one after it is about Dominion and Fox. Oh, thank you. Now, okay, let's do this. At 16:30. All right, let's do it this way. 16:30. Because we'll be talking about this in a second. So let me move this up. So this question is, now that the case is done, Fox next squares off against another voter technology company, Smartmatic USA, in a lawsuit for $2.7 billion, which is $1.1 billion more. And I saw a headline earlier today that said Dominion walked so that Smartmatic could run. So is Fox out of the woods now? Is that it? Is that the brunt of it? Because I didn't hear about anything in the settlement. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't hear about anything in the settlement that says that like Fox anchors have to apologize on camera or anything like that. But is Fox out of the woods? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. All right, Fox. I don't think they're out of the woods. Also, do keep in mind that Dominion has said they're not done. They are going after individuals. That's why I wanted to do the next question first, which is about Dominion going after individuals. I hope you're not busy, Sidney Powell. Mike Lindell. All right, Fox. The facade. It's a Fox News Channel poster. It's just like it's on the side of the building in Rockefeller Center. Just everything's fine. Really? I'd say there's 787 million reasons why it's not. Yeah, Giuliani, Roxana. Yeah. Judgment. And wasn't there just? Thank you, Judgment. 3 of Swords. Right in the heart. King of Pentacles. 9 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, you better worry. You're sitting pretty. Sorry, you're the king of conservatism here. You are doing your thing, and this is a card of sitting pretty. But this is what Fox just went through right here. This is them. This is sleepless nights. Judy Barr says the judge ordered a special master to continue investigating Fox, and they have a lot to answer for. Yeah, they held back on discovery. But this sitting pretty, I don't know if that's Fox. Let me ask specifically about Smartmatic. Maybe that will help. Thank you for being here. Smartmatic USA. Yeah. The cover today, the image for the cover, for anybody who was on before the live, it wasn't my best piece of art ever, but I could not resist making Rupert Murdoch, the Four of Pentacles, the man who doesn't have enough money, the miser, clutching the Fox News channel with no coins, and his foot on an IOU that says IOU $757,500,000. I couldn't resist. It wasn't my best art ever, but I had to. So Smartmatic, your job's definitely easier. Me. Yes. Keep in mind, Fox must pay the settlement with no appeals available to them. Yes, indeed. Fox did a lot of damage to Smartmatic. Thank you. Magician. Four of Swords. King of Cups. King of Pentacles again. Two of Pentacles. Yes. All right, I don't have Major Arcana here, but I don't even know that I need it. This would be Smartmatic and the lawyers standing up. Fox settled. There's no ongoing appeal here, and all that evidence stands. Smartmatic is in the middle, in the driver's seat, and this is Fox News and their money and their conservatism, and it's financially getting really shaky. I have not picked up on Fox News going under, but this is going to do some damage. And they might actually lie less for a little while. That would be pretty awesome. They'll still be horrible, but this is putting them on shaky ground. Ricky says no appeals. Can that happen to Cadet Bone Spurs? Only if he settles a case, some kind of civil case. Well, no, you can do it criminally as well, as long as he pleads guilty. Thank you, lucky girl. FYI, captioning does not occur during a live stream. Only during a live stream, only afterwards when it's over and after YouTube has had a chance to generate them. Yes, thank you. Thank you, lucky girl. Late but here. Oh, needed my Ottoman Friends fix. Awesome. Awesome, Donna. Ricky says, I say get rid of Tucker Carlson. That will free up the majority of the money. He's their biggest star. So Smartmatic. Hello, Selma. Two of Wands. Communications. Devil. Five of Wands. Temperance. It's a broadcasting corporation. Communication. These were lies. Corruption. Just trying to stir up the base. And then here's a big old major arcana of temperance. Slow your roll now. Well, now. I like it. Whew. So the next question at 24:30 is specific. Will there be Gigi's question about will there be consequences for those who told the lies? Gigi's wondering if anyone will be fired at Fox. Not the big names. I've looked at something sort of like this. Let me pull a few cards. Will anyone at Fox News, any of the big names at Fox News, be fired? No, they're not going to want to. If somebody's bringing in enough money, what they need right now is money. Far-right fascist leader of the Republican Party. I'd say it's Trump, but it could be whoever else. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Ace of Wands. These are the anchors. It's a group of them. Ten of Swords, legally, financially hurting, but their obnoxiousness of the big names, they bring in the ratings and the advertisers, and I wouldn't expect a whole lot of mass firings over there, even big names. So, but I want to know if, and this could be Dominion or anyone else, Smartmatic, etc. Are they going after Mike Pillow? Since he is egregiously pushed this theory. Hello, Michelle. Oh, I'm still sleepy, but Lula is awake. Sends kitty kisses to Boo Boos and Kitty and Alfie. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Ooh, boy. Yeah, Azalea says they only get money from lying. All right, Mike Pillow. Midwestern noise. So, Dominion going to go after you? Because there was talk about it. He's a jerk, by the way. He's got the whole harmless dunderhead act down relatively well. He's awful. He is an awful human being. And he's also one of those people that, because he has money, he keeps people around him that will do nothing but tell him, oh, yes, absolutely, yes, whatever you think. Eight of Swords. Hemmed in. Lovers. Excuse me. Lovers. Knight of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Knight of Wands. Four of Wands. It's not just him. They're not kidding. The card for the reading is hemmed in. This is literally just cards of the people spouting the lies, the people in the cult, people who are aggressively spreading the lies, like Lindell and others. It doesn't matter if they're feeling a little beaten up. Even though they knew it wasn't true, they were still pushing all of this and pushing the buttons of their base. It's not just Lindell. I'm trying to specifically read on if they're going to do some damage to Mike Lindell, to his Holly and Friends. Lindell is an addict. He's an addict. Drugs, conspiracy theories, attention. Yes. Becca from House of Lenormand is here. Hello. I saw you were on earlier, but not since I came on. Hello, Becca. Do follow House of Lenormand. Awesome. Alrighty. Mike Lindell and his mustache. Ten of Cups. Hang on a second. Kathy Delisle says, no wonder they got rid of Ginni and Pirro. I thought she was still showing up on the guy who thinks he's funny's show. Yeah, I thought she was still brought in now and then. I thought she was still around over there. Yeah, bringing in her juice boxes, to quote a sitcom. Anyway, 10 of Cups. Hanged Man. 6 of Swords, Star. Stop, which he's not going to do willingly. So they're going to take him to court. And I do not know what it's going to take to get through to Mike Lindell, to get through to his ego, his overblown ego right now. Because his overblown ego is, of course, hiding the fact that his actual ego is in pieces, little itty bitty tiny pieces. I wish Mike Lindell would get therapy, and a lot of it, and stay in there. And I am a big proponent of also tuning into your spirituality for health and for connection and good energy. But Becca's asking, isn't My Pillow asking for money because he's going broke? I think he is. Well, he was already sitting on a pile of money, and then he got involved in all this stuff, and his stuff does still sell. And he branched out. It's not just pillows. It's slippers and coffee and sheets and other stuff. So Susie Buckingham, Piro's still on the 5. I thought so. Okay. Alexandra Belinos says therapy only works with self-honesty. That's true. All right, I need to read on Lindell because there's something there. It's just tapping at me a little bit. Look, hello. 32, 30. Future of Mike Lindell. Because for the last question, it wasn't saying yes, they're going after him. It was saying they're going after a lot of people. And now, think about it. Dominion, they have a lot of money to pay more lawyers. They have a lot of money to pay more lawyers. Mike Lindell, your future. He's very immature. I'm getting he's still like I'm getting energy like a scared little boy. You're not a little boy. I understand we all have our inner child. I understand there are parts of us that are frozen in time from trauma. That's why I'm a big proponent of EMDR therapy, where you integrate those traumas into the rest of your brain, so they're not little isolated clumps of neurons, so that they don't haunt you, and you can see them with perspective, and takes the sting out of them. You're an adult. Yeah, not great on coping skills. 7 of Cups. Yeah, delusion, conspiracy theories, cloud, cuckoo land. Man, 5 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. I don't know if anything's going to get through to him. This is all minor arcana, and it's just him and his feelings, but he's not listening to reality. Oh no, I know the truth. I've seen the light. No, you haven't? Oh no, I've seen the light. And I'm not going to listen to anybody else. No. I'm going to try to kick these cups down. I'm going to refuse that. No. And I'm going to take action. And I'm going to put my money behind it. It's like, oh, you're really going to put your money behind it at the rate you're going. But I'm not getting it being possible to get through to him. You could take him to court. You could win hundreds of millions of dollars from him, and then he'd go online and whinge and whine and cry and maybe not cry, but whinge and whine about how he's being taken advantage of and taken to the cleaners and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know that anything's going to get through to this guy. Yes, thread of hope. Yeah, but Kelly, I agree. It has worked for him in the past. He's not likely to change. Sharon Ann says he's delusional. Yeah. Oh, Lola Bell, bless you. Lola Bell says Lindell has Mercury combust sun. So his Mercury is where the sun is in the chart. Mercury is right there in the middle of it. So it's kind of swamped by sun energy. And Mercury is considered to be combust because the sun is burning it up. The mind is not as clear as it should be in order to function at a top level. Yeah. The self the sun usually represents the self, and it's kind of overwhelming communication. So you're like, hello, hello. Oh, gosh. I'm not getting, they're going, they could go after him. They could not. They could win. They could not. He could go bankrupt. He could be able to keep his money. He has a sense of self-worth based on this business and the fact that he was successful because he feels like such a screw up and everything else. 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. It's not going to go well for him, and I do think he's going to be hemmed in, like, stop. Like the court saying, stop. And having to pay money, and will be happier for it. But he's getting through his thick skull. Sharon Ann says, I wonder if Lindell's getting Russian money. I doubt it, to be honest. And a lot of Russian money is dried up. Lola Bell says, Mercury is Cancer, 5 degrees of Cancer, and the sun is at 7 degrees of Cancer. Oh, yeah. So he is right there. Yeah. Yeah, good luck. All right. So shall we get a cup of your favorite beverage, whatever that is, and go have a look at all of the MAGA people involved in the Fani Willis investigation who have all started snitching on each other. Apparently, the false electors, the people in elected office, the others, all of them are just tossing each other under the bus every chance they get. And there's a lawyer who was working for a bunch of these defendants who even Fani Willis wants taken off because she was even Fani Willis was offering some immunity deals. The lawyer didn't even tell the clients. Oh boy. So I wonder if that's why the Georgia thing is taking some time, because holy buckets. You've got Fani, you've got one potential defendant on line 2. You've got a different potential defendant on line 3. You have yet another potential defendant on line 4. Let's look at the future of the Fani Willis indictment around the election interference. Let's have a look. How's it going? Eight of Cups. Evidence. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. Ooh, boy. Yeah, you gotta absolutely Patsy Cline. You gotta love the MAGA rats. Jumping ship, splash, pulling others down to try to pull themselves up. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Knight of Pentacles. Moon, chaos. Nine of Wands. Nine of. Oh my gosh, this is hysterical. I'm sorry, this is hysterical. We're going to be the false electors. We are going to get Donald Trump in power. We're going to. What do you mean we're in trouble? What us? Why would? Wait a second. We're, huh? But it's okay. It's okay. The Republicans in Georgia, they'll shut her down. They'll shut down that investigation. We'll be fine. Okay, we're not fine. Okay, so if I pull myself up, I can pull myself up by turning other people in and telling on them. So let's do that. Oh, don't let me stop you. Yes, Revolution Ricky, MAGA, morons all got arrested. Yes. Yes, Becca from House of Lenormand, the Trumptanic has hit the iceberg. Crunch. Oh my gosh. So 3 more. Is this slowing down the Georgia? They really are turning on each other. Holy cow, look at that. It's a Tower card. Throw somebody else out first. Bush splash. 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Chariot. Oh, this is going to be huge. Oh, when she announces the charges. Oh. That is going to be glorious. And there's everything set up. People, they're panicking. It feels like they're like in a small room, a bunch of them, and they're all trying to get out, and they're all like running around each other. But what's happening to them is in a narrow space. The reality is, this has already gone through one grand jury. It's now going through another, if not nearly done there. And this is a big, relatively slow moving, but this is a big movement. This is a gargantuan, parade float of justice. This is not going to be subtle. Oh, what webs we weave. So, Velda Ray was asking about that attorney. Holy cow. At 4440. And I forgot to write the time down for the last question. Oops, darn it. Okay. No, 44, 40. Yeah. So Fani Willis has asked the attorney for the 10 fake electors to be removed. Their attorney failed to bring the DA's offer of immunity to the clients. Your clients are on the defensive even more because they didn't know their full options. Justice, judgment, lovers. There are, let's just say, there are a lot of people involved in this whole Georgia thing, this whole fake electors thing, this whole overturning the election thing, who are they're suffering from entitlement. What do you mean, me be held accountable? Me? Do you know who I am? Why do you not? Justice and judgment are coming for this lawyer. They are all just entitled, delusional, selfish people who think they are better than other people and the laws don't apply to them. And yeah, Sharon Rice, majors again. Lady, you're done. You are bigly done. I believe it's a woman. I don't know. Whew. All right. So I'm just enjoying this next thing. 4715. Do you recall? Cast your minds back to yesterday. Cast your minds back to yesterday when we looked at, was yesterday, the day before, when someone who had been a confidant of DeSantis was hired by Trump and potentially knows where the bodies are buried, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. O2 can play at that game. We looked at Trump taking in an old ally of DeSantis's yesterday. Today, it appears that Jenna Ellis has left Trumpland to head to DeSantis world. Will she share 45's secrets with DeSantis? Yes, when I was reading on this, it was just them going after each other and us just sitting here going, oh, don't mind me. Go right ahead. Yeah, he is awful. Oh, he's terrible. Oh, yeah, that's a terrible thing he did. Oh, yeah, I hadn't heard about that yet. Oh, man. Oh, Becca, yes. Wow. Trump and DeSatan really are slinging mud at each other, aren't they? I'm here for it. Yeah, absolutely. Alexandra Polino, yes. Battle of the dimwits. Oh, Flower One Star says we are not safe anywhere. It's so scary these days. I don't know exactly what that's in reference to, but we're safe. We're okay. We'll be okay. Things are not dire. Matter of fact, things are better. Things are better on the whole. Mrs. Couture says autumn is bringing all the hot tea and smoke today. Oh boy! Oh, the dynasty. Do you remember remember the 80s TV show? Dallas and Dynasty. Yeah, just needs a straight hair with a little flip right here and fruits of labor, 7 of Pentacles, Emperor, 9 of Swords, Tower, 5 of Swords. Oh my gosh. Fruits of labor. Have I got some the fruits here? Let's have a little. Let's make a little fruit tea about the emperor, and being able to put some things out and making DeSantis being able to attack Trump harder, but they're just damaging each other and the Republicans. Not that they weren't damaging the Republicans on their own. Now they're going after each other with insults to injury, adding insult to injury. Oh, go right ahead. Go ahead. We're good. Anybody got some popcorn? It's like watching the dimwit tennis championship where they're just, something's on fire and they're just trying to hit it back and forth. Okay. All right. Okay. You know, I'm a graphic designer. That's part of what I do. I don't have delusions of grandeur, but I do have a lot of experience and I do try my best. Ricky says, I cannot tell a lie. Boo Boos and Kitty shot J.R. Ewing. Shh. Hush your mouth. He shot him right through the heart with cuteness. Okay. So anyway, you guys know that yeah, right, graphic design. It's kind of one of the things I do. All right, fair enough. So the Trump NFTs are they hurt my soul. They make me crazy. Well, 45 has released more NFTs. They are just as heinous and ugly as the last ones, and delusional as the last ones, where he's standing there and he looks like he's maybe 180 pounds, just svelte, and him as a commando, or what were they? One, he was doing a backyard barbecue with a dog, and there are just a bunch of them, and they're all ugly. Kathy DeLas is vomitous. Yes. They're yes, Holly and France, they're hideous and uber tacky. So awful. Spacia Rising says Boo Boos and Kitty broke JR because JR felt love for the first time and it killed him. There we go. Yeah, Trump is Elvis. Yes, AJ. I blocked that one out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Sharon Ann, the new wave of Trump's NFTs are just money laundering, a money laundering scheme to get foreign money. Yeah, and it's not just these, it's the old ones too, but entertainment only YouTube. So Trump released a second series of trading cards, he calls them, and they promptly crashed in value. So there is actually a resale market for these stupid things. And people buy them originally for the $99 or whatever, but they end up on the market, and then using, you can only buy them using crypto, and then they get passed back and forth, but the price has just cratered. So the question here is, will Trump learn his lesson and try to find a new grift? I don't think the whole thing is as straightforward as you might think. And it doesn't matter if the resale market stinks. He got the money. So he got his $99. So traitor cards. Yes, Frieda Smet and Mimi. Yes. Joyce Matthews says if you buy all 47 of them, you get to have dinner with Trump. Ew. No, thank you. All right. The NFT grift. It started. It's continuing. Will it continue? Will it get Trump into trouble? I cannot. I'm going to roll my eyes back in my head so far. They're actually going to roll out of my ears and out the door. Oh, feathering his nest. He needs the money badly. Fool. Ace of Swords, Two of Wands, Knight of Cups, Three of Cups. He's an idiot. This was something, at least last time there was some novelty. Kelly, is it a Zoom dinner? Thank you. Two of Wands, Knight of Cups, Three of Cups. Yeah, he's trying to raise his profile. It's another way to have people talking about him. But this is not helping him. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's really not helping him, and it's certainly not helping his presidency or any run at the presidency. It's not helping his campaign is the word I was looking for. Probably one of the things a gag order. Well, gagging, we've got that part down. Fading. The only major arcana here is the Fool. It starts, the Fool. Goodbye, Grifty. All right. Speaking of Trump J for Genius, Donald J for Genius Trump, 5740. Cruelty is the point. So his grand idea, you heard this, Trump has decided that he knows how to tackle homelessness. You ready? Many great minds have been put to work on how to combat homelessness. Trump has weighed in and wants to make it illegal, thinking that would be enough inspiration to keep people off the streets. Just make it illegal to be homeless. Nothing else. Just illegal. So people can go live in prisons. The worry, the real worry, is, are any lawmakers going to hop on this particular bandwagon? I make it illegal. I don't know if it means putting them in jail. I would think so. But he's thinking that that will just make people go, oh, wait, I can't live on the street. I'll have to get a better job and work harder and keep myself housed so that I'm not breaking the law. What the Yes, there is that Betty Cantrell prison for profit. So, is this going to be the next big Republican thing? Sort of Hope says homelessness is already criminalized in many cities under various ordinances, and it's just cruel. Yes. Yeah. Oh, we knew. I know that was sarcasm, Tigris. You are among friends. We are all on the same wavelength here. Oh my gosh. Oh, Alexandra Bellino, you're correct. I stand corrected. He said, help them if they agree to psychiatric help and reform. And then he said, help them, with mental health. So, fine, but they won't take it. Wheel of Fortune. Is your 15 minutes of fame almost up? Because we're so sick of you. Elizabeth, is it Laura? Laura? Who is not surprised that came out of Trump's mouth? He is truly without a heart, and he's just a black hole. Yes, he is. Cassie Delisle suggesting perhaps Victorian workhouses like the good old days. Hello, Jeffrey. Yeah, Mrs. Katura. So what about the homeless vets? They can try to help them? Of course not. They just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. It's, as you were saying, was it that it's there are already ordinances against where homeless people can go and what they can do, but this would be decent people trying to help them. This is just a right-wing talking point. Make it a legal decision for the homeless. I think a few people might let their mouths run away, before their brains engage, if they ever do. But it's a talking point. And the homeless kids, they gonna make little tiny prisons. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. Wheel forward. Time is ticking on this jerk. Queen of Swords, 10 of Swords, 4 of Cups. Yeah, various red states. They're the talking point. Cruelty is the point, but it just hurts them. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Okay, let me see if I can get through some other questions here. 103. My brain feels like it's like I pulled something reading, trying to think in the knots, moralless knots these people think in. Okay, so Thread of Hope was saying, I'd love your input. I just watched Kirsten Langston's Clarence Thomas reading. Yes, I watched that as well. Kirsten is amazing. And she looks so much better. Glad she's healthier. She spoke a lot about Ginni Thomas. Yes, she did. And it was very funny, too. It was very funny. I can't repeat it. It was very funny. She spoke a lot about Ginni. Do you see Ginni being charged with anything criminally? Also, I think Clarence would resign if investigators got too close to some of the secrets and partnerships that Ginni Thomas is involved in because of her radical beliefs and greed. Yeah, and she is, talk about Cloud Cuckoo Land. She wants to be queen. Then again, in Cloud Cuckoo Land, anybody can be queen or king or whatever they want. So, Ginni Thomas, are you going to be charged with anything criminally for hello? I might need to take a day at some point to just read on nice people. And it's bad enough reading on mean people, but I read on enough delusional people that after a while, my brain's just like, Nine of Cups. Oh my gosh. It's all out. It's all there. We can see. I mean, there's probably more that's going to come out, but these people should be pulled up on ethics violations and possibly charges for any number of things that we already know about. Eight of Cups. There's the evidence. Eight of Swords. Two of Swords. Two of Cups. Queen of Cups. She has made some, there's evidence hemmed in and making an illegal decision made. Is there a woman who would go after her? Who would go after Ginni Thomas legally? Looks like a woman going after her. I try to hold her accountable. Ricky says, why not read on Biden, Obama, the former first ladies? I don't know, but I want to make it something where I feel like we might learn something. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem fair to just kind of bask in the energy of these nice people. You know, they have their energy. I don't want to take it just to take it, but okay, a lack of, it could be a lack of knowledge, but it feels like a lack of money. Something about the money I don't understand. Six of Pentacles, Death card, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and Star. Well, nothing pressing. This is her. I wonder if January 6th investigations are going to bring her in about money, her work. There was some talk about he didn't disclose some of the money she got in work. Four of this is the far right base of power, and she's a star. I don't think it's imminent. If there's, Dark Pope says, oh, that's a possibility. It is a possibility. I'm not getting bowled over by the energy, though. Jeanette, there's an idea. Read up on up-and-comers in Congress and Senate. There we go. I don't know. Queen of Swords. Five of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Sword of Truth. Yeah, she could get into trouble. Again, I'm getting a woman. Sometimes the queens can be groups. I've got a woman. It might be the judge. I don't know what or how, but I'm getting it's there is a woman who will eventually be bringing Ginni Thomas to task legally, some nature. I wish the energy was stronger. Okay, I don't have time to. I'm sorry, I don't have time to get through these other. It's Wednesday. I'm afraid I've got a hard cutoff time on Wednesday. Okay, number 10, I'll carry over to tomorrow because I think it's a double question anyway. Kirsten Cinema, whatever her name is, and Joe Manchin are having problems attracting small donors to their re-election campaigns. Have they completely alienated themselves from regular voters? The thing is, though, in West Virginia, if Manchin isn't there, I don't know that there's another Democrat who could win. But maybe. Thank you, Anne. Yes. And we'll read on Kevin McCarthy. Is he going to wait to the last minute about the debt ceiling? And it took a long time. But remember way back in 2017, the Tiki Torch Nazis? Indictments are finally happening for the Tiki Torch carriers. All of them. Apparently, there's a felony law against burning things during a protest. It's very anti-Klan. Well, these idiots were walking around with tiki torches. They were on fire. And so apparently, I would have thought the statute of limitations would have run out or whatever, but apparently not. So we'll look at that tomorrow. That could be big. And Eileen was asking about DeSantis. All right, let me read this. 1:11:30. Let me see if I can get this one in, because I think this might be shorter. Maybe. Eileen was asking, why won't DeSantis let go of the Disney mess, the Disney debacle? Is there more to it behind the scenes than what we know of? Does he have plans for the land that Disney World is on? Is it just the social issues, or is it could just be the social issues, but is there some other nefarious garbage? Sherlock Holmes says, I bet it's his ego. And if anyone can puzzle it out, it is Sherlock Holmes. Far-right communication. Eight of Cups. Seven of Wands. King of Swords. Knight of Wands. Page of Cups. This is just petty garbage. This petty garbage. This is right-wing communication, even though they keep vesting you and you have to walk away. You're on the defensive, but then I'm important. I'm going to fight back. And you're underestimating DeSantis. You are underestimating who you're up against. But there's no major arcana here. Matter of fact, over here on the side, there's the World and the Devil card, which is, this is going to end. And DeSantis, you can't run again. They can wait you out. And they have a lot of money. So I'm just getting petty garbage. Authoritarian fascist wannabe. I will be happy to see the back of you. Goodbye. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. It is 1:34 p.m. here in Chicago. I'm going to be about 5 or 10 minutes late to the sprints today, so it'll be about 3:10. Let's say 3:10. 3:10, 3:15. Let's say 3:10 for the creative sprints today, and then Sarah will come along later. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. So thank you. Thank you. All right. You are not alone. We are in this together. And there are good days ahead. There really are. So hang in there, and I will see you right back here tomorrow.